What's up, Leo? How you doing? I got Leo out here to help me today. We're gonna do a quick Starlink cord replacement. What happened was the cord shorted out, and that seems to be the weak link with this Starlink system. I've been doing Starlink installs for about a year and a half now, and we've had 100% success rate. Every Starlink, we put it up in the tree. We're getting good results, but the problem is sometimes the cord likes to short out. That's happened a couple times to a few different customers. It's the common problem. So we have to come back and do a cord replacement on them, but Starlink's pretty good about that. They'll actually just send you another cord. The thing about this install, I didn't do the original install. So they had it installed by another guy, and he went up, you know, and he did a good job doing everything he had to do. And then they came back because the squirrels were eating the cord, and they put it inside this this metal tube. So whatever reason, one thing led to another. They called me to come back and replace the cord, and we thought we were going to be able to get the cord through this metal sleeving, but it seemed to be pretty difficult. Plus I didn't feel comfortable running the new cord back up through this because like I said, the Starlink cord's the weak link, and I didn't want to stretch it out and everything. One thing that I've been using for all my installs is this alextech right here. It's great stuff. It's rodent proof, and it's split sleeving, so you could actually just wrap the cord right into it, and that will prevent the squirrels from eating it. It's been quite a process learning how to do this Starlink stuff. It turns me from an arborist to a technician, and knowing how to climb. Us climbers seem to be the perfect guys for the job if you could, you know, figure out how to maneuver up there. I take a bunch of stuff with me. I kind of just climb up with this bag full of gear. I got my drill in here, some wrenches, some silicone to put around the dish and all the spots. Oh yeah, one time I went back, my buddy Marshall called me. Shout out to Marshall. He called me and said, hey man, my dish is down. What should I do? And I said, Marshall, it's probably the cord. I'm pretty sure it's the cord because the only times I've had to go back, it was the cord. And so he called Starlink, got another cord. I went up his tree. It was a super tall tree too. I got up there, I pulled the cord out of the dish. All of a sudden, hundreds of ants just started pouring out of the dish. And I yelled down and I said, Marshall, it's not the cord, it's the dish. We're gonna have to get you a new dish. So I came down, we ordered a new dish, went up there, did the new dish replacement, and everything worked great. So I like the over silicone things. Now, like I said, we're kind of pioneers with this Starlink stuff. We've just been learning as we go. I think the previous guy spiked the tree, and it being a cedar tree, thick bark, you know, other than the spike marks in the tree, I really don't see much wrong with it, but I don't like to spike the tree. I don't like to spike any tree I'm not going to cut down. That's just the way I do it. So I go up SRT, I throw a line in there. I don't cut any limbs off on my way up because we already have to remove a top, and it's really against good practice to top a tree, but for the sake of internet in the mountains, we're doing what we do. So I take a small top, no more than 4 inches in diameter, and then I mount the mount up there and do what I do. So anyways, this is just a cord replacement. I got a couple Starlink jobs coming up pretty soon in the near future, and I'm gonna record the whole install so you guys can see how that goes. But last time I was here, what I did is I just left this, I had this throw string, some notch throw string. I really don't like using it for anything. It's pretty thick, so I don't like it. But anyways, I left it up there in the tree so I could just go ahead and pull my rope up. I don't have to throw a line up there again. It's gonna be a pretty quick install, but I'll put on the head mount and you guys can kind of see what I'm doing, get an idea of this. I got Leo out here to help me, Leonidas. Also, if you guys have any kids, go check out his YouTube channel, True Baseball. Him and my other son, Jay, they got a really cool YouTube channel, and we've been working on a video that we did when we went to the Oakland Coliseum. So we've been editing that. We're gonna post that up. So if you guys like baseball, or if your kids are into baseball, and you let them on the old YouTube, go ahead and like and subscribe that channel too. All right.
Make sure to also leave a comment because we have like no comments.
You heard that? Leo said leave a comment because they have no comments. And leave a comment on my video. You know, I'm always open for information and different ways of doing things and different techniques. I'm never gonna be a guy who's closed-minded. If anybody has any information or kudos, just go ahead and put that in the comment section. I'm gonna go up in my rain jacket, but I know I'm gonna regret it if it don't rain. bowstring is so stretchy. That wind is ripping. Everybody at church today was like, "You're gonna go climb today?" Or they're like, "You're not working today, are you?" I was like, "Yeah, I am." This tree's not gonna blow over. Okay, so check out this knot I'm gonna use for my base linker. So I'm gonna do a running bowline here, just a regular running bowline, and then I'm gonna put a Yosemite finish on it. So you just follow the standing leg back up, and then you tie, dress, and set there. So that's a super strong knot, and then just throw a little stopper knot on it. I like to use a little double overhand, or you can use a figure 8. Oh, it's a cold and it's a slippery day, but the show must go on. So the previous guy who did this tree, he made it really easy on me. He cut all these all the limbs off the back side here. Ooh, let me catch my breath. You can see all these spike marks in the tree. Looks like he gaffed out here. Not good if you're not removing the tree, especially the bark's getting thinner as you go up, so you're actually getting into the wood right here. But so he spiked up it, and he did me a little bit of a favor because he left me a really clear path. He delimbed the back side on the way up. To each is their own. I'm not sitting here trying to badmouth anybody, believe that, but it's not something I would have done. You know, when I originally came over here to do the job, it was a really hard throw, and usually I could throw about 90 feet to 80 feet on a good day, pretty accurate, but there's such tight quarters down there, I couldn't get a great throw. So what I did is I just took what I got, and then I used my double-sided lanyard to climb up the limbs. You know, just got real agile and did some real tree climbing. Got up here and realized that cord wasn't going to come through. I'll show you what it looks like when I get up there. I had that little piece of rope with me, that notch throw string, and I just ran it down and left it here for whenever the alextech came in, so we could go ahead and complete this install. Super windy day. It was cold until I had to ascend up this tree. So now I reached my tie-in point, and I'm just gonna keep on advancing. Use these limbs, treat them like a ladder. The tree offers everything you need. And of course, my double-sided lanyard is gonna get me up there. I'm just gonna keep on bypassing. I could just take this slack here, pull it around through here. Let me get my knee cinder off first. Yeah, I went to a men's breakfast today at my church. Got the fellowship with all the brothers. I go to the Open Door Church here in Shingletown. It's the local church. And shout out to Pastor Matt. Really great guy. He preaches from the Bible, really sound doctrine, and Pastor Matt's a great pastor for our church. I just love him and all the other guys there. We've been going there since we moved up here to Shingletown. And even when we left, it was always on our hearts to come back. I'm already regretting wearing this rain jacket. I was just thinking, it's been raining all day, and it looks like it's holding off for now, but it is pretty windy. I used to get seasick in the tree when I first started climbing, get way up there, and I'd actually get nauseous. Like I said, the tree's already been topped. This work was done by another guy. I guess he's not around anymore. He moved out of town or something. So it's always hard when you first come up to do a job on somebody else's work. You never know what to expect. You don't really know what they did and what kind of hardware they used or whatnot, but you figure it out. I mean, who else is going to do something like this, especially up here in the mountains? For a tree like this, you wouldn't even have bucket truck access, and you're not going to pull a crane out for some internet install. I mean, some people might, to be honest, but I think most people would say at that point it's not that serious. Get way up here on this tree. Let's get set up to start working. Now, with it being topped, I don't want to flip over this, which is pretty unlikely, but I'm gonna go ahead and double tie in here. And what I'm gonna do is I don't want to set my lifeline until I pull that cord up, because I got it tied on the other end of the cord. So I'm just gonna go like this. I connected it to my bridge. It's my double-sided lanyard. Boom. Now I'm cinched off right here. So if for whatever reason I make a mental mistake and I flip over this and this tears out, I got a secondary here. I used to really dislike doing Starlinks because it really turned me into a technician. But now I don't mind them, especially once I kind of got the routine figured out here. Just drop those in there. I'll probably reuse his hardware. This is the old cord, and I'm going to show you what I was talking about. So let me see. What we were going to do is I was going to tie a string here, and they were going to pull this one through, and then I was going to pull the new cord up, and we were going to keep it inside this I don't know, metal conduit. But as you can see, I don't even know how he got it in here, and it's highly light. Yep, look at that. You can see the cord was damaged. It's highly likely the cord was damaged pulling it through already and compromised. You know, if the cord was thicker and we had more room to move the cable in and out, it would have worked. I would have been okay with that, but I wasn't okay trying to feed the new cord through here and damaging it. Oh yeah. That wind is ripping. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and pull the new cord up and get that installed. Okay, Leo, I'm gonna pull the cord up. Okay, so here I am. I'm gonna have to pop the dish off, but I don't want my rope running all the way to the ground. I'm not orientated yet, but I will be here pretty soon. You don't want to drop this dish. It's a $700 piece of equipment. Well, we're in. And that's why I like the Starlink system. A lot of people will make their own mounts, trying to save a little bit of money. But the problem with that is this cord doesn't clip into anything. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and silicone the heck out of this. sure I got it on the back side. The unfortunate part is here, once I pulled that sleeving up, it stayed down there, so I got to pull a bunch of it up. So that's fine. I'll get that fixed up. That kind of sucked. But it's coming back up nice. So. Perfect. I'll just go ahead and set my system up. I'll use the same thing, a basal anchor. Same basal anchor I'm on. Yeah, there's been slack in the rope now, so I got to be careful. Now, typically somebody would want to do this. You got to be really careful because anchor's on this side. My system has to come off. Look at that, I'm completely upside down. That's not good. So my system has to come off here. Just make sure I'm double tight in. I'm tight in still, and it has to come all the way around this tree. If not, you're gonna go for a ride, and nobody wants to go for a ride. So, boom, basal anchor, still tight. Okay, system in. Very, very important to watch out for that. Okay, so I did disengage this earlier and put it on my bridge, so I'm gonna triple check it because I'm gonna take this side of my lanyard off and go around, and then I'm gonna get back up here and get this cord situated. All right. Boom. I like putting it like this. That way it leaves room for the tree sway. So this is plenty right here for what you need. You don't want to get it nice and tight on there because when the tree moves, which they do, obviously you can see that, it'll stretch the cord out. So I was bragging earlier about how I used to get nauseous. I'm actually getting pretty nauseous right now. But I'll battle through it. I'm doing this today because, one, I said I was gonna do it, and for two, we got other jobs coming up and it's supposed to be raining, so we gotta work. The bills gotta get paid. I'm hoping to get a chipper here pretty soon, and I gotta show the bank I got money coming in. So nobody ever made something of themselves sitting on the couch. Almost done here. I usually don't get nauseous. I got a little nauseous up there. The sway, the tree sway. Yeah, when I first started climbing, that would happen just in a little bit of wind, you know? And it hasn't happened in a while, but it was gusting. It almost ripped my helmet off my head. All right. So there it is, the Starlink cord replacement. Yeah, it looks good.